Yeah. Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden 20 on EA Sports.
It was a common sight in the 80s and 90s. Not quite as frequent since, but it's back. Playoff football in the Bay Area here at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between our visitors and our home team. This is fielded at the goal line.
This ain't nothing for the pack. Got 16 sitting in the lag. Whole squad all dressing all black. Every single last one of them got my back. Hey, 20 of us, that's 20 goons in the ice cream whip, triple scoop. I got 3 strikes, ain't got to lose. When it's all on the line, what you gonna do? Come on, I'm highly favored. Don't wanna play me,
Hey, everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 20 on E.
We're about 40 miles south of Candlestick Point as we welcome you inside Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between our visitors and our home team. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Broncos offense taking the field, and the quarterback situation in Denver going to be something to monitor, Charles, as the weeks go by.
Joe Flacco was acquired to be the guy. All right, so there shouldn't be a quarterback controversy. But in the second round of the draft, they did take Drew Lock out of Missouri, who many thought was going to be a first-round pick. So people are going to monitor it with the new head coach, Vic Fangio. How are the Broncos playing? Is Flacco up to par? If not, how quickly might they get Drew Lock in? I think it'll be longer than what people might think. What did Vic Fangio say during camp about Drew Lock? He's not a quarterback yet. In other words, pump the brakes. I'm going with the veteran. We'll figure out how Drew Lock plays later.
On first down, Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And only able to get 2 here, stopped at the 30. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice gain.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this defensive line will be looking to control the point of attack.
And that's what they've done throughout this season. This is a terrific unit. They play together very, very well, and they don't permit big plays to happen.
So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. They'll run it now out of the gun. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on third down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run it now out of the gun. And some room to maneuver. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Here we go. Set. 15, line it. 15 line. So
on 1st and 10, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they've got something good going there, and they think those numbers are going to increase.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Lawrence. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
They face a 3rd and 4 after that last completion gets them 6. Meanwhile, on 3rd down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. On 4th down, Vance Joseph going to send out the field goal unit. And his kick is good. And the Broncos, the first to grace the scoreboard. It's 3-zip. They moved the ball pretty well there on the opening drive. You think they're okay settling for 3?
I don't think they're happy about settling for 3, but I think you're exactly right with the word okay because they threw it well, they ran it well. Excellent balance for the first drive of the game.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So Doug Marone's Jaguars set to take over. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And he's got the rookie from Oklahoma, Marquise Brown. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
They try and run on first down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down. Up front, the struggles continue for this offense among the line. What can they do? Change the play calling? What?
I think part of that, yes, changing some of the play calls, some screens, some draws, some misdirection. You want to run any type of a play that will influence these guys to continue to get upfield and find a way to use that against them and slip things in behind them. So some quick passes could work as well.
On 2nd down now, it's Brooks. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very next run.
Here's Murray from midfield. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. From the pistol, they run with Anderson. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. And now Murray's going to set up to throw. Got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. It's the fullback there to make the grab. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Extra point forthcoming. He's got it, and they'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. 5 plays there on that drive, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. Uses the spin. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Well, we got a moment here on the possession change. You know, it was a tough offseason for the Broncos organization. Their longtime owner, Pat Bowlen, passed away back on June the 19th, a little more than a month away from his induction into the Pro Football Hall of Fame.
And remember John Elway, who played for the Broncos during the time Pat Bowlen took over the team and won the Super Bowls with him as the owner. He spoke eloquently of him and actually lovingly. And remember that Super Bowl, the first one that the Broncos won there with Elway? What did Pat Bowlen say at the ceremony when they gave him the Lombardi Trophy? This one's for John. So you can tell that their relationship was pretty darn special. So, you know, it's unfortunate, the loss of Pat Bowlen, but he'll be long remembered in the NFL and, of course, in Denver.
And after they won Super Bowl 50, didn't John Elway say something back to Pat?
He certainly did. He grabbed the trophy there because, remember, John Elway now is running the team and said, this one's for Pat. Pretty good symmetry there.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
That was very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Lawrence. He's going to let this one go deep. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
The Jaguars taking over, this being the 25th season of their existence. They'll be wearing pretty nifty patches on their uniforms to commemorate that this year. But I'll tell you what, it's a team that is hard to figure out. A lot of people are saying, oh, they could be really good. They might be a 12-4 team. They could be a 4-12 team. What do you say, Charles?
Well, a lot of people who are saying 12-4, they've bought into the optimism that Nick Foles brings as their new quarterback. And why not? Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champion 2 years ago. Keyed that big run by Philadelphia last year in the playoffs. They came close to getting to an NFC championship game. So that's why you would say that. 4-12, well, they didn't play very well last year. I think they've still got a great defense, but a lot of this is going to depend on running back Leonard Fournette. If he's the battering ram that they drafted, then they've got a chance to be that type of an offense and got a chance to contend for the AFC South title.
And all reports are that Fournette has had a great offseason, eating right, body is really good, and they need him to average better than the 3.3 yards per carry he had a season ago. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. On play action, it's Murray. They'll roll him out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Watch the screen. Pass. He's coming. Check him. Check him. Ricky.
On 2nd down, it's Brooks. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone, here's the Heisman Trophy winner, Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd and about a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Now Murray. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
From the gun, Murray. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. From 8 yards out, and the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. A try here for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it culminates in a Jags touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
Here we go.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it himself, but he can't force things.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. And to give this time to the tailback. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. Lawrence. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 33. The last drive he threw the pick, but he's not shy. He's going downfield again there.
And you can't be, because if you back off after throwing an interception, your whole game plan just goes right out the window, and it makes things easier for a defense. And you and I both know there isn't a quarterback in this league that's any good that doesn't throw an interception occasionally, and they usually bounce back in a big way. I've seen guys throw 5 and still find a way to win the game in the end.
This quarterback now 5 out of 10, 50% throwing it. Not so hot, but he does have a first down. Now this throw caught left side. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Let's go, AT Gator. Hey, 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 hey. Let's go.
He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8.
Someone's looking fresh, and his O-line is definitely licking their chops. Everyone likes to run block. If you're an offensive lineman, nice early burst, nice gain, too.
Ready, ready. 60 Pittsburgh.
Watch 9, watch 9. We got heavy. Everybody scoot up.
To throw on second down. Lawrence. That is caught by Williams. Touchdown, Broncos. 8 yards on the touchdown pass as his guys are back within a single score. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this first half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Extra point right down the middle, and that makes it a 14-10 ball game. So that drive spanned 5 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Now, right now, they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action. Now it's Murray. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Kyler Murray, a 1,000-yard rusher as a quarterback in his Heisman campaign in Oklahoma. He's got the first down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll try the left side. Brooks. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. Here we go.
And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. They'll get nothing out of the completion there, and it leads to a 4th down. The defense loves to hang their hat on that, don't they? You get a guy that catches the ball, but you stop him for no gain.
Without a doubt, because they're also used to trying to catch people after the catch, and they miss. And that turns into what? A huge play. We've seen it so many times. In this case, though, catch was made, put down right on the spot.
And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. Oh, and what a play on special teams here. This is going to be down inside the 5, all the way down at the 2-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
On the double.
Tight end right. Tight end right.
Back up. 5.
To throw from his end zone, Lawrence. He finds Ross right side. It's complete. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20. They'll run it now out of the gun. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. You mentioned very early on the need to establish a running game for this young QB. They really haven't been able to do that, though, in the first half.
So that means what in halftime? Adjustments time, right? Figure out what they are. Figure out the things that they really want to accomplish and who to run behind. Which are your better blockers? Find those guys and get in that direction.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Lawrence. He's got Higgins over the middle. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Now the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on 3rd down. Off play action. Lawrence. This one complete into the hands of Higgins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to come back to you. I'm going to
Ready?
Operating from the gun, Lawrence. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. Well, Charles, if you think so far the early part of the preseason, who has stood out? If you take a peek back at the draft, the first round, it was pretty defensively minded, but there were 3 quarterbacks taken. Kyler Murray first, Daniel Jones 6th, Dwayne Haskins 15th. Of those guys, they've looked pretty good. I agree with you, Brandon. When you talk about those 3 quarterbacks, and you're right, the rest of the draft, we're talking about big linemen, right? We're talking about defensive players, not a lot of skill players in the first round. But let's take the quarterbacks very quickly. Kyler Murray, by acclamation, went to Arizona. Everyone excited about it. And I think his team remains excited about his prospects. They're eager to see him play. He became the starter as soon as he was drafted. Daniel Jones, that was a different situation in New York. The fans weren't real excited about him coming in. But the reason they drafted him has a similar demeanor and talent to Eli Manning. And he's acquitting himself quite nicely in the early going. And Dwayne Haskins a little more up and down in Washington. But they love the big arm of this guy, and he's back at home. Remember, he grew up in Potomac, Maryland. In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense. So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Here's Murray. Over the middle here to Brown. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
On 2nd down now, it's Brooks, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 5 yards on the carry there, and it leaves him with 3rd and about 6 yards to go.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
coming to you. Undercrush.
Throwing is Murray on 3rd down. Over the middle, complete. It's Morris. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 23.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. Murray going to lead his guys up 1st and 10, and he's hit on his first 9 passes now in the ball game. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Second down, Murray sets to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
Well, they were unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
On third down, Murray. He can run for it, and he will. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a fourth down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
So on fourth down, Doug Marrone going to send out his field goal unit. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
2nd and 5. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Back to throw. Lawrence. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Oh, you can see and feel the disappointment on that one, because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down, but you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on here to punt it away. It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Here comes the Jaguars offense as they get set here. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
They start the drive with Anderson. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Fans, a reminder, I have a note card here that says ad-lib halftime preview. So I guess let's do just that as we'll hand things over to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando when this one reaches halftime. Did I do okay?
You did great. Not a bad job.
Hey.
Writing down your ad-lib.
If you print it, I'm going to read it. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Throwing now is Murray. And this is caught. I think he got that with one hand. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the second time. It'll be a 48-yard punt, 5 there on the return. And the Broncos take over, first down and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. First down now, but that clock rolling. Throwing on first down. Lawrence. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up third.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On third down, here's an option play left. And an alley to run. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The Broncos send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jaguar offense now as they get set to take over. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if. Murray now on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on 1st down is Murray. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. Defensively, celebration time because they finally forced an incompletion. He was perfect throwing the ball to that point.
Yeah, but from his viewpoint, they didn't force the incompletion. He just missed. That's how hot he is right now, and that's how he wants to continue to throw the ball.
Murray again, 2nd and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brooks. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing again, Murray. Murray fighting, lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Here we go. 70, Indy. Hey, we are.
Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll bring up a 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to throw. Lawrence. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13. So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
The lead cut to just 4 as they kick it away and turn things over to their D. This will be taken in at the 1. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, right, Brandon. Thanks very much. And welcome in, everyone, to this slimmed-down version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one has been a hard-hitting affair to this point, and you got to expect we'll see more of the same in the second half. And to bring the action your way, let's get it right back out to Brandon Gott.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. Out come the Jaguars now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. First down, Murray. Throw left side complete. That's Brooks. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with third down now looming.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Brooks. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And a nice carry there of 50.
Come on. Got double time. Double time. 4 down. Check. 4 down.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. Stepping up, he'll try and run. Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On second down, it's Brooks. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Go. Switch.
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Holding offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. Only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Let's get the
They'll keep it on the ground. Brooks. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Let's go, D. Tighten up. Let's go, D. Tighten up.
They fake the handoff. Now Murray. And the Broncos get there and take him down.
Yeah, that's right. Just get on the tracks, baby. Get off the train tracks.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Murray with a 3rd and long. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. Murray now. He's going to wind up and air it out. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. He'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, I've seen, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. And he'll lose yardage here, back at the 41. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
So the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll run it now out of the gun. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So it's 3rd and long, and defensively not a real surprise. They're in the dime.
We got 3.
From the gun, Lawrence. It's complete downfield, out left to his running back. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
Ready.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Lawrence is going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man. And you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Throwing again. Lawrence. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. 15 yards on the play, 1st down.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Ready. 8, read.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
Go.
We got 4.
Shoot.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
Let's go, baby.
12 more yards there and another 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Here we go. Set. Turn to soft.
Let's go.
Clear.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3.
And, Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. Trying to pound it in with Dixon. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
So 3rd and goal, and the 49er faithful making some noise for their defense. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Broncos have retaken the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And that one gives them a 3-point lead. That time a 9-play drive. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the third quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down. Now a play fake here on first down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Now a give right side. It's Brooks. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
That's it. Big hit.
A 7-yard loss. Brings up 3rd down.
Gotta do better. Come on, QB, come on.
Now Murray off play action. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 16. Murray now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10.
Check safety, check safety.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down, Murray. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Tackle made at the 5-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Murray. And this results in 6. Touchdown. Touchdown run, and the Jaguars have retaken the lead. The quarterback run has eaten him up all game long, and there he goes again, this time into the end zone.
And what I like about what I'm seeing, absolutely running almost with impunity. He's not worried about his body. He's not worried about sliding. He's not worried about protecting himself. He's worried about getting yardage. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, you've got to start figuring out what these blocking schemes are and finding ways to defeat them.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here, remember. And he's into the clear. The 40, the 30, past the 20, and all the way. To the end zone, and that's 2 points.
All I know, partners, that with every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. So we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go! Let's go!
The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Got it.
Man left, man left. 4 down. Check, check.
Snap.
Off play action. Lawrence. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's now 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Defense wins championships, baby.
Defense.
To throw again. Lawrence. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Ross. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
From the gun, Lawrence. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here we go. 90, Wolf.
You can't block me. You can't block me.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lawrence. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He got out of bounds. That's a good thing, but still short of the first.
And now, since this brings up 4th down, the defensive play caller, grab your nerves, because now you don't want to be so amped up that you give them a first down by getting out of your lanes, but you also don't want to just lay back and let them have it easily.
Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Vance Joseph can hardly bear to watch. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop them short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Murray. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. Back to the air on 2nd down, it's Murray. And he almost had it defensively. Could have been a game changer there in this second half. Instead, it's 3rd down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, 4th quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
He may try and run for this. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the 1st down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
Murray now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Brooks. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now.
Check back, check back. Check 50, check 50.
From the 40 now on 2nd down. Murray. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And this is going to be another 1st down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos 30.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Morris. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 26-yard line.
Ready. 50 seconds left. Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again.
On 2nd down now. It's Brooks, and he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. On play action, it's Murray. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cleveland Farrell drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Well, here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Set. 18, Gator. 16. Watch 16. He likes to go for the side. Let's go.
On 1st down, Lawrence. His throw incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Throwing again. Lawrence. Over the middle, complete. It's Higgins. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Jags grab it. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room, where they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave him a comfortable lead.
Now the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And coming out now, the Broncos. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You got 3 down.
Now.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave them with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Got a man, it's Ross, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Here we go. Set. 8. Read.
Hey. You got 3. 3 down.
Go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Come on, set. 10-2 start. Ready?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Jags grab it. 20. And he's going to bring the fumble back for a touchdown. The offense, they've had some sloppy moments. Sloppy there again on that one, and it could be the backbreaker.
From a defensive perspective, if the offense is going to be sloppy, you've got to take advantage of that. And that's what they've done all game long.
Now for the point after. And the lead is up to 18 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. So after that hot start, the numbers here show the decline. What has the defense done adjustment-wise?
Sometimes when you have a running back who's gotten off to a hot start, you've got to catch him before he really gets going. So you change what you do across the defensive front. Instead of the linebackers being back a few yards, you bring them up closer. It's what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, taking away a lot of blocking angles and gaps and maybe stopping him before he can get going.
Mugging the line of scrimmage, okay.
Yeah, in this case.
On 1st and 10, Lawrence got his man complete over the middle. That's Higgins. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. Decent start to the drive, but let's face it, they need a lot of things to go right in a short amount of time, down 3 scores.
Yeah, they're going to run their 2-minute offense here in this game, but this is for future games. Can they get better and be ready for the next time, hopefully with a chance to win?
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
Back to the air on second down. Lawrence. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. That last completion certainly not what they were hoping for, as now they'll try to convert on 3rd. They'll look to throw again. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down.
Check 9, check 9. Let's go.
On 4th down, Lawrence. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And this is going to be incomplete. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Murray's going to look to throw this thing. This will be caught at about the 5. And he lost the football. It's picked up by the Broncos. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
So the Broncos coming out now. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Following the fumble recovery, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. The catch and run there, good for 16 and a first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Throw left side, complete to Ross. The end result, 21 yards. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Operating from the gun, Lawrence. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Here's 2nd and 8. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the fourth. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Lawrence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. The Broncos had 15 fourth down conversions last year, most in the NFL, and they're going here. Looking to throw. Lawrence. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position. The D can only stop it one more time as they take the knee.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 50-yard line.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gunn, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Santa Clara.